But now it's all good now. I had these freaking things in my pocket. God damn it, what a dummy, right? What a dummy. But what I was saying, guys, hey, you know what? This type of platform allows people who have different diverse backgrounds to share information to help each other. It's really crazy. I am 50-year-old Asian guy with business experience who dealing with raising kids and lived around the world, whatever, finance and startups. I could actually share, my okay, yeah, hey, like that sweater, got it from Costco, man, $20. So this is really great. So the thing about it is that you guys out there have to be brave enough to go and ask, ask, what about this? Am I doing this right in my life? Or, hey, should I invest in this? Or, shit, what about taking this job? You should get different perspective from different people, not just only your family and not just going around in your own head. You only have your own limited experiences. And there's people like on these platforms here, and again, like a small guy like me, willing to share, willing to help out. And again, like I was saying, you guys probably don't know that I right now I'm at a point in my life, I'm much more compassionate, much more open, loving, and I want to share with you guys, share with all good people, out there. So you should really start asking. Let's see. That's the truth. It's a great platform. It is a great platform. Yeah, it really is. The thing about it is you have to use it. It's great, fun to watch all this crazy TikToks and stuff. But there's actually people on this platform with a lot of deep knowledge and also have the heart to want to share it. So as we get busy, we don't want to share. But if there's moments in time like right now that hey, kids are going crazy over there, but I want to sit down and share some information with you guys, and you have the ability to ask. I got something to ask. Are you an investor, right? I myself, investor, I am, but I'm pretty much out of the market. My wife is in the market. She's new to investing. She's making a lot of good money investing. So she's like, oh my God, I'm making money. I'm really good at picking stocks. And that's the crazy thing about it is when you buy something, when you buy something, even if you don't understand, you feel it's you. Most people feel, beginning investors feel like they're a good trader, they're making good decisions, but it's just the market. It's like imagine like an ocean. If the water rises, small ships, big ship, all rise, right? That's what's happening right now. No matter what you do, you could pick stocks blind and you're still going to make money for the time being. So everyone does need a coach, someone that has experience is willing to share. So unfortunately or not unfortunately, this type of social media, YouTube, all that, everyone wants to make a buck. That's okay. But for people, most people I think are really good people and they trust everybody. And if someone comes on to YouTube and they sound like they're talking like they know what they're talking about and they have something to sell, a lot of people just trust them. And that's why a lot of these guys are making a shitload of money, right? Because people trust, people, hope that, oh, this person can help me with the secret. And in fact, there's not really much secrets out there. There really is not. And there's no shortcuts, no secrets, anything like that. But there are experiences that I've gone through that others with more who have experience can share with the younger generation, people who haven't gone through it. Like, again, stocks and investing. I've been through crashes. I've lost everything. I lost my parents' money. That was a bad one. But yeah, let's see. So what I'm trying to do is like every once in a while, it's getting more busy, but I'm trying to share. I'm going to do more. I want to share, different parts of my journey, starting side hustles, starting businesses. Like my wife, people don't realize my wife, we've been married for like 11 years, but she didn't have any English. She couldn't speak English. She didn't have any business experience, but she had skills, and was able to start a business. Even from it was when she started, it was like a basement of a restaurant. It was just so, oh, it was ghetto. Anyways, from there to making almost $1 million a year. Now we've got hit with a really really bad situation with this corona, and you guys know everything. And we had three locations, now we're down to one. But there even like for someone who like for her when she came to America, she had no idea that someone with her background could make a lot of money. And I told her, luckily she has someone next to her who could guide her a little bit. But that's all it takes. A little bit of guidance from someone with experience can really help anyone, almost anybody who's willing to put in the work to change their life. And what I'm trying to do is kind of, I don't want to scare people, but there's a definitely possibility that young people, minorities, women could really be hurt for long term for this with this corona thing. This could not, even with the vaccine, it could go on for a very long time. Businesses are failing like crazy, right? One third of businesses for example, restaurants, they're gone. Service businesses, restaurants, all the types of businesses. That's gonna affect the bottom line of bigger companies and bigger businesses, and they're gonna start laying off people. So it's gonna be really, really bad. So I'm trying to let people know you guys should really, really start thinking about how to secure your position at wherever you're at, or have some sort of side hustle, some sort of multiple revenue stream, because man, if this thing turns south, is there's a very high possibility it does, then you or your loved one could be really hurt if you're not prepared. And as you guys probably know, the amount of people who are living paycheck to paycheck is just crazy. People could lose literally if you lose your job. People out there, millions of people out there right now, if they lose their job, they're going to be on the street within 1 or 2 months. That's it. And it's really scary. And people, I don't know if it's just young people, but you're just so busy with your own life, so you don't really, think about really the worst case scenario. And the thing about it is, like for someone who's experienced, I could think of worst case scenario without really feeling that bad, because you've been through so many ups and downs. But a lot of younger people without experience, if they start thinking about bad things that could happen, they could get depression, they could get anxiety attacks, they could have really bad mental issue. But the thing about it is we have to face it, because if you don't think about it, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And for young people right now, I'm trying to tell people without sounding preachy, right? Because most young people don't want to hear old people talk about that, talk about that type of stuff. But I'm trying to say, hey, you guys have to watch out. You have to protect yourself. No one's going to protect yourself. You might have a very, very small, close knit family, that could try to help you. But when the economy goes down, even they're going to be stretched. Everybody that is going to be touched by, could be touched negatively by this upcoming potential, market collapse, right? Let's see. Let's read some of this stuff. Yeah, seems like great. I'm 18. Oh, you're 18, man. You're a young guy. Yeah, yeah. I dropped out. Never liked school. Hated it. Yeah, no, no. So school is not for everybody, but the thing about it is if you don't go to school, or you don't have a job, or you don't have whatever, there's consequences. So the whole thing about it is you could do whatever you want. I'm all about freedom, but most young people cannot foresee the consequences, right? So if you take your action like, hey, F school, man, I'm not going to school, fine, that's your life. But you have to understand, people who don't have a high school diploma, they literally make like 500,000 or $1 million less than those without. So you have to have a plan. So if you're sitting on your ass playing video games and watching TikTok, that's going to be bad. But if you have a plan to, learn a skill, grow a business, then you'll be fine, because it doesn't really matter right now, age, because of the internet and stuff, it doesn't really matter. You could do your business. So I totally feel you. For me being Asian, I didn't like school either. I don't like school, and I see my son sometimes he doesn't like it. I hate pushing them, but for Asians are deep rooted, you know, is belief that school will save us. And school doesn't really make us smarter. I don't think it just makes us work a certain way and like kind of try to expand our thinking, but it doesn't make you smarter. I really suggest that if you were interested into something, that's what you go after. So you really want to learn a skill, and if you could go for a passion, great. But if not, most people who are younger don't even know what they're passionate about. I actually don't believe that. I didn't know what I was passionate about when I was younger except making money. So you could just make money, grind it out as much as you can. Then later on, as you gain experience, then you can say, I like doing this, I don't like doing this. Then you start finding your way. So it's all about just grinding and actually be able to do something that you hate or you don't like, to push through. Because I'll tell you, anybody who does business, they have bad days day in and day out. And the whole thing about it, there's no finish line. You know, it's like when you do a business, there's no finish line. You got to grind it out day in and day out and day in and day out. And you can't be always like, oh, it's gonna just I'm gonna hit a lotto, I'm gonna be super rich from this. No, it's just like day in and day out grinding for a long period of time to be able to sustain that suffering. So that's the really difference between people who are successful and not. We might look the same, but we're not, right? I can withstand a whole lot more suffering than most people can. And those are the successful people could also sustain, maintain, their composure under a great deal of pressure and suffering for a very long period of time. And that doesn't happen overnight unless you're just born with it, right? It's You have to go through it. When I was doing business, when I first started, I was super naive. I trusted everybody. If somebody talked good or someone had a nice looking face, I trusted them. I got burned so many times. I got tricked so many times. I lost money, and it really took a lot of those type of experiences to really make me understand my business and how people act and how two-faced they are. But at the same time, not to be cynical. It's just like that's the fact of life. It's the fact of life. So you see good things and bad things that happen, you try to stay on an even keel, right? When good things happen, oh, great. If bad things happen, you say that's just part of life, right? So discipline it, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know how to chasing it. Yeah, I don't. I'm really bad with words. Yeah, hard work. You have to have the basic hard work. Yeah, you have to have the basic. Scared. I own my own business. It is scary right now, Charles. You have the thing about it. Like if you own your own business or want to do your own business, you have to, of course, work hard, but you have to reach out like to people like me, to other people, and try to find some people, a few different people, not 50. Find three, four, five, maybe maximum 10 that you respect as business people, that you go out and you watch all their videos, read all their stuff, then try to implement things. So that's another thing that you guys, there's a different world now because there's so much content. Every single day is like a new idea, a new idea, new pair, uh, a new something that sparks your attention. What they call the shiny object. So if you hear something profound, something that you want to do, but the next day you find something else, and it's just over and over again. You have to actually commit to a few different things when you see, like for example, if you're reading something, you see something, a really good business idea or a big strategy, you block everything else out and you say, I'm going to do this for x amount of weeks. And you don't care about what new business idea, you don't care about what new technique, whatever. You just stick to that one thing that you learn, focus on that and see how it plays out. So that's the problem, is we consume so much content, so much stuff. It fills our brain and just pushes good stuff come in, but it gets pushed out by other so-called good stuff. And then we are just kind of on a treadmill, right? Or on a treadmill, we never get off. We just on this treadmill. So it's really tough, but it's something that again you have to have discipline to do. And yeah, let's see here. You have to start. Yeah, Jacqueline, start something. Just start something. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's what I tell people. Right now people are too afraid to fail. Oh, yeah, live 10 minutes. Change. You go back. So I'm gonna take off this sweater real quick. Hold on, guys. I forgot saying. See, when you have lack of sleep, you could literally forget what you're thinking 2 seconds. I take off my sweater and I'm boom. So that's why I say young people like you have energy, you have time, you have brain power, you could always beat old people like me. The thing is, I have some experience, and that's what that's the difference, right? So, oh yeah, I know what it is. So just pick something. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the thing. You have to just go for it and just trust yourself to just try it and learn from it. And you say to yourself again, when you're going through a hard time, you just say, okay, this is hard. I'm learning from this. It's not perfect. Okay. But just push yourself beyond where you're a little uncomfortable. Because most people, again, you could just switch off whenever you're uncomfortable, whenever you have to face a little bit of suffering. You're just like, that's it, right? That's it. You can't do that. You have to actually endure that suffering for a little while to really get to another level of awareness, and that's what you want to separate yourself from everybody else, right? Once you could pass through once you could pass through that suffering, then you could learn from that suffering and learn about yourself and also strengthen yourself. Like people think, oh shit, this guy makes $50,000 a month or $100,000 a month. Oh, he must be made of money and all that. No, I tell people I grew up in a very poor area. I was with minorities, Mexicans and blacks when I grew up. I've seen a lot of poor people. I was one of them. I was suffering. I went through all that. So, and the thing about it is when I was starting my businesses, I wasn't afraid to go hit rock bottom again because I lived it and I was fine. But now's a different story because I have a family now. So I like shit. I have to be healthy. I have to make money. Like my businesses right now that are suffering, I still have to pay just a rent alone, $10,000 a month nut on that alone. And I'm not making, and because of COVID, our main business is 75%. We have to, is down 75%. Another shop is closed. So we're dealing with all the type of crazy stuff. But yeah, let me get back to what you get. Yeah, see, all you young people, you have really good comments. Yeah, you really have good comments. No, okay, feel afraid of failure. Dude, if you already okay, yeah, I totally understand that you're afraid of failure, but if you have that constant drive or constant thought of like, I want something more, I really believe I want a better life for myself and my family. I really want to try this. That's never going to stop. Okay? Never going to stop. It's gonna actually grow, grow, grow until your whole head is filled with regrets. I don't know how you are, made in China, made in China. I don't know how you are, but I know old people, they, when I meet them, they talk about what they should have done, the business they should start, the people they should date, the fun they should, the travel. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that, man. I'm old, but I don't want to hear their stories about just regret. And it's just stuck with them and it's stuck in their heart and they cannot pull it out. They can't pull it out because they can't go back in time, you know? So it's all cliche, but man, you don't want to live with regret because it can really hinder and change yourself from a certain level of happiness later on. So you just go for it. And the thing about it is you should know that if you go for it and if you follow there's certain steps, you just follow steps, you're gonna have a higher chance of succeeding. Just don't do something stupid, right? Just don't go out and start doing an underwater basket weaving company just for the hell of it. You have to be a little bit smart about it. But and don't go okay, this is another thing, very, very important. Your first business, don't spend a lot of money. I mean, when I say a lot of money, I mean when I was like broke. I mean a few $100s, $1,000. That's it. That's it. If you don't have that, then you're in trouble. Just a few $100, start a side business and let it grow, and then use that income, use that revenue from that business to scale up. Don't do things like I've seen over and over people without business experience drop 10,000, drop 20,000, drop 50,000, 100,000, and all gone. You know, it doesn't matter how good of an idea. It doesn't matter how good of a salesman. It doesn't matter how good of a person tells you this, do this. Your first business or when you're beginning, you don't risk a lot of money. You don't. You don't, no matter what. Okay? How do you know good? Okay, also, man, you love real estate. Okay, is it okay? Let's go here. Never stop moving forward. Yeah, absolutely. Never stop moving forward. That's the whole thing. Whatever part of your life you're in, don't be stuck. Unfortunately, most people are stuck. It's sad. They're like walking zombies. Don't be a walking zombie. And you have to start being aware of that. If you see yourself doing the same things, doing the same things every day, saying the same things every day, complaining every single day, then you know you're a freaking walking zombie. Don't be a walking zombie. Yeah. So invest in stocks. I say I'm not an expert. I'm out of stocks. My wife's in stocks. I say if you are invested, you better. If you're not invested, I would not go in at the top because most people, most beginners, always go in at the top. That's just the way it is. Okay, the fear of missing out, FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. You see everyone's investing in stocks. You see everyone making money. But all the smart guys, they went in a long time ago and watching this thing bubble up and having all the young people and all these people who are just chasing money and greed to jump in right now. So don't be one of them, have patience. There's cycles. So this cycle right now is close to the end, and there's much more risk on the downside than on the upside. So that's the whole thing, probability. Why would you go in when you're how much more is going to go up? It's almost at a all-time high, and you want to jump in at an all-time high, right? Do you want to buy things on sale, or you want to buy things when they actually raise prices? You know what I'm saying? Real estate. So the guy who talked about real estate, if you want to learn about real estate, there's tons of stuff. I used to be a commercial real estate broker. I've done real estate. I own some properties, but I'm not an expert. And right now, I'm a little bit hesitant right now on real estate too. The whole overall economy, the right now your money that you have in your bank, the money that you're making right now, those are bullets. Those are bullets in the financial war. So right now, I'm trying to save my ammunition for the time when it goes down. When things go down, then you can use those bullets, right? You don't want to be chasing things when things are really, really getting up like that. So with real estate, you have to be very careful. I think it's gonna be for most parts, for most parts of the country, it's almost like a bubble. Yeah. But then again, Future mentioned, oh yeah, I like that, Victor. Yeah, yeah, I like that song. Heck yeah. Two properties, both three flat. I have three properties, both three flat, both cash flow positive. Now I'm stuck on trying to get the next one. Hey man, don't rush it. Don't push it. That's another thing about investing. That's great that Ross Cohen, people who don't have a lot of experience, when they think they see a good deal, they feel like they have to rush to something. That can work one or two times, but if you try to rush too fast because you think you want to miss something, that's the wrong mentality because you're going to get burned. You're going to get burned real bad. So you never feel like you're rushing with money. Stay cool. Just see the market, let it play out. There's cycles. There's always another deal. There's always another deal, and most of the times they're better. So never feel rushed to do something. Never let somebody rush you. If they're rushing, just say, "Hey, chill out, man. Just chill out. Don't let people push you. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm not a millionaire yet, and if I never become one, it won't be because I didn't try. You guys, yeah, just keep trying. Okay, Victor? Which cycle? So, Matt, which cycle? We're talking about the business cycle. We're talking about cycles where people invest in, almost any type of investment, right? You see something go up, people start going in, but buying it up, then all the I don't want to say novices or beginners or people who don't know what they're doing, but usually people who don't know, we call smart money goes in early, dumb money goes in late. Okay, dumb money. And the people on top consider us dumb money. Okay, so we're dumb money because we don't know what we're investing in. You don't know, price to earning ratios. You don't know cash flow. You don't know the velocity of money. You don't know interest rate. You don't know Fed stuff. We just see something going up. We just put our money in. That's called dumb money, not knowing what you're investing in. And we think we're just going to get lucky. So dumb money gets lucky, but it's not because of their skill. It's because they're just lucky. They're dumb luck. That's what we call dumb luck. So this cycle right now, so many people who have no investing real estate, investing experience, they're jumping in right now, at the top. So that's the cycle. And usually when the top people, dumb money jumps in, that's when the smart money pulls out. Okay, let's see. Should I buy my first home? I am a believer of real estate. I really believe in it for the long term. But if you go there's a good chance it could go down. So I don't know if you again, you don't feel like I don't think you should feel too rushed because there's a good chance that this whole market could tank because a lot of the real estate, A lot of the real estate's way up here. Same thing is going with stocks. Because when stocks go up, people who invest in stocks, they feel like they're rich. And when they feel like they're rich, they can go buy property. I have friends who are Apple employees. They made a shit ton of money from stocks. So they took the stock money, took it out, and bought real estate. So you're buying, transferring the wealth from your real estate to your real estate. I'm sorry, from the stocks to the real estate. But if the stocks crash, that's going to have a domino effect right into real estate. So you might want to hold off, but you have to know your market. So just in real estate, if you really want to buy real estate, guys, you should go to Zillow or whatever those sites and look at your market and study it. It doesn't have to be every day. Study it and understand, what's a high, what's low, why is the price a certain way. Then you'll get to really know that market. So then you could pounce at the right time. And you could actually you'll be aware of things going up and things going down better than most people do. Wholesale real estate, I know that like Eagles adjusted. I know that anything in real estate, including wholesale real estate, takes a goddamn lot of work. Okay, you're gonna have to be making calls like crazy. You're gonna be hustling. You could literally go 3, 6, 9 months without making one deal. If you're committed to do that, if you're committed, then go for it. You could do it. It's possible. You could even work for a company that does wholesale real estate, so you can actually get paid to learn to do your craft, what you love. So you could try to find a wholesale real estate company, go work there, even if you're getting not much money, but you can see how they run their business and take all that knowledge, steal that knowledge, and then use it for yourself later. Right? Best investment, best investment by far is investing in yourself. Corny, but that's it. You have to invest in yourself. You have to put the time and money to make this here, elevated. That's how you're gonna separate yourself from everybody else, right? Everybody else, just look around you. You know, you guys should be aware that people are dumb. People just do stupid things and waste a lot of time, right? And dumb when I say dumb, I don't mean bad, okay? I don't mean they're bad people. I'm dumb too. A lot of things I did, a lot of things I still do, I'm dumb. But meaning that they are just ignorant of how the world works and ignorant of how precious their life is and their time is. So you have to invest in yourself and understand that smart people, intelligent people, people with a lot of money, that's what they do. And they spend a lot of money. Let me just give one small example. When my wife, we teach, lash extensions, the girls pay $2,000, $2,000 for a weekend of training. So you say, God damn, $2,000. But guess what? They could earn that money back in literally a month or two or whatever. And from then on, they have that skill forever. My wife now, when she did work, she doesn't work right now, but she was working, she was making $1,000 a day. Okay, $1,000 a day doing lashes. Okay, so someone pays 2,000 to learn a skill, but if you could take that skill and actually implement it, you could make all that back like nothing. I've worked in corporate America, and our employees would pay thousands of dollars for us to go learn something, right? But people here, you don't want to spend $100 or $200 to learn something. It's just like, okay, Bitcoin, yeah, Eagles, of course. Bitcoin, I was really hyped up about Bitcoin a long time ago. It was like $300. I should have bought. Anyways, Bitcoin. The only thing about Bitcoin I'm gonna let you guys know is the American government, or actually every government. Do you actually know how powerful the government is and how powerful Wall Street and the banks are? You guys have any idea how powerful they are? At any given time, when they feel that their power is getting encroached on by Bitcoin or some other financial asset, there is no doubt in my mind that the government at any moment can shut down Bitcoin, tax Bitcoin, demolish Bitcoin, just like that. Okay? So at any time, no matter what they say, we still live in America. We still use the internet. We still use the phones. If you think that the powers that be do not have the ability to stop Bitcoin, you are naive. You are naive. Lash extensions. Put on lash extension. Yeah. Do you think trades are a good option? Trades. Mike, Trades meaning learning a skill like plumbing, electrical, absolutely awesome. This society is shifting away from knowledge work to like skill work if you actually have some skill. And women out there too, I'm just gonna say one thing. Oh crap, almost. Okay, okay. I'm gonna wrap this up in 5 minutes. A couple things. If I post this on my TikTok, can you please write a comment stating that it was a good good live session. It really mean a lot to me. I'm trying to share some information, but what I'm saying is this is you should follow up on artificial intelligence AI. It's gonna take so many knowledge worker jobs away stock lawyers, doctors, accountants, anything customer service, all that stuff is going to go away. The people who actually have technical skill in their ability, how they talk to people, how they interact with people, how they do their hands, they're going to survive. Thank you so much, guys. And please, if you don't mind, go to my one of my things and say something good about the live. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, man. Yep, I'm done.